It's time for another Draft League battle for the BBR, and if you don't know what that means, check out the playlist down below so you can catch up. This week I'm facing off against my good friend D-Ray, and his team is kind of cracked. For reference, these are the Pokemon I drafted, and these are the Pokemon he has to build with. If you're enjoying battling content, please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Okay, let's break down the matchup. I'm bringing Iron Bundle, Dragonite, Annihilape, Grimmsnarl, Clodsire, and Orthworm into D-Ray's Palafin, Crocodile, Sylveon, Rotom, Mow, Hawlucha, and Grumpig. The Orthworm and Clodsire will function as blanket checks to physical and special threats respectively, while Dragonite and Annihilape should be able to set up and sweep behind the safety of screens provided by Grimmsnarl. And as always, Iron Bundle just outpaces the entire field and should be good to apply pressure and wear things down. Okay, let's get into the battle. I lead off with Grimmsnarl to D-Ray's Rotom, so I set up a light screen as he responds with a Will-O-Wisp, but unfortunately for him, it misses. Then we set up a Reflect as he connects a second Will-O-Wisp, and on the next turn I predict a Volt Switch, so I stay in and click Spirit Break, which lands on an incoming Sylveon. On the following turn, we Parting Shot out, leaving this Catfox's special attack in the absolute gutter, and we send out Orthworm as a replacement. Sylveon just uses Wish, and then switches into Crocodile on the next turn as I get up my Stealth Rocks. Thinking this is a good time to set up with Orthworm, I go for an Iron Defense, but Crook outspeeds and taunts, so my little wormy boy can only use attacking moves. On the next turn, Crocodile goes for the Hot Tech Brick Break, which takes away my screens and does respectable damage as my Worm goes for a Body Press that triggers a Chople Berry. Even through the berry, Body Press manages to do about 30%, so I stay in and click it again as D-Ray switches back into Rotom, who takes a chunk from the hit. Orthworm has terrible special defense and I don't want him to get Will-O-Wisp, so I switch back into Grimmsnarl on a Will-O-Wisp that fails and set up both screens again as the Rotom hits with a Leaf Storm and then Volt switches out back into Crocodile. This time I want to keep my screens, so I pivot into Annihilape on a predicted Brick Break, but D-Ray just sets up Stealth Rocks of his own. On the next turn, another taunt stops me from setting up Bulk Up, but hey, I had to try, so I click Rage Fist, predicting his next move will be a switch into Sylveon, and I call it correctly. The Catfox comes in and takes a little bit of chip, and on the next turn I Rage Fist again, hoping D-Ray will take the bait to use Hyper Voice, and he does. Annihilape eats his Roselli Berry, and thanks to Light Screen plus the berry, the attack glances off, but it does power up Rage Fist. Another Rage Fist is enough to take the Sylveon out, bringing in Crocodile again, which feels a little bit odd since Intimidate triggers Ape's Defiant, but I'm sure the plan here is just to KO Ape. Knowing we still have Reflect Up and how bulky I made this set though, I stay in and lock into Drain Punch as the Crocodile outspeeds and lands an Earthquake, but Ape lives with just 4 HP and cracks back for all of the Landgator's health with a Drain Punch. Palafin comes out next, and I know this thing is incredibly weak before it transforms into its hero mode, so once again I stay in as the Palafin terastallizes into a water type and goes for a flip turn into Rotom, but Annihilape behind screens is just too damn bulky, so he lives and takes out the Rotom with a Rage Fist. Palafin comes back in, this time as a hero, and finally downs my Ghost Monkey with a Liquidation. I send Grimmsnarl back in and set up a Reflect as the Palafin switches out for Grumpig. Grimmsnarl falls at the end of the turn to his own burn, and I replace him with Dragonite. From this point, I'm just going to cut to the chase. Dragonite is sitting in front of a Grumpig that cannot hurt him significantly, so I start Dragon Dancing and I stay healthy with Roost sprinkled in, and I manage to get to +3, which is a lot of bonus stats. Dragonite then terastallizes into a normal type, and 3 extreme speeds clean up D-Ray's remaining 3 Pokemon. I think if Grumpig had taunted me on the first turn while I was only at +1, the game could have been different because the Hawlucha in the back looked really strong, but thankfully for us, we got another Omega Cringe Dragonite Extreme Speed Sweep, winning us the week 4-0. I've been really enjoying this team, even if it feels a little brainless at times. Like most weeks, I just want to set up screens and sweep, but I always try to pack in a plan B, which I think makes games a really fun puzzle to figure out while you're playing them. Anyway, this was a great game, so definitely check out D-Ray. His link along with all the other fantastic coaches will be in the description down below. If you enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to the second channel if you're enjoying battling content. Okay, that's all I have for you now. I will see you so soon. Bye.